Hello, it's Valerie from Shalebrook Handcrafted Soap in Mosel River, Nova Scotia. And today, God willing, I plan to do a video on lemon juice soap, hot process. And it'll probably be done at a medium-high temperature. Now, I know there's discussion on making soaps with lemon juice and with apple cider vinegar because of the acetic acid and citric acid. But I've made a few of these lemon juice soaps, and I know there's a few other people, Shelley Moyes, McNeil Moyes, I think her middle name is, but Shelley's Gardens, I think it's Noel's Gardens, Shelley Noel's Gardens, and Catsy Chapel are a couple people that I've seen make these soaps, and they have made them hot process and cold process, I believe. I've made mine all hot process over the years, and today I'm going to put that on video so you can see it. Now usually I've done them freshly squeezed lemon juice, but I don't have any of that today, so I'm using Realmon Lemon Juice, which is a lemon juice concentrate. And in that I'm putting some mulberry silk top, grade AAA. It's gorgeous stuff from Epic Stargazer. Awesome. And not sure, my husband's actually videotaping this. You can see that it's a beautiful lemon. When I go to add the light of that, it's going to turn orange. But it comes out nice. It doesn't stay orange. The other thing I'm adding is I'm going to add some, I didn't have any lemon peel powder, or I would have used that. But I'm going to use 2 teaspoons of orange peel powder mixed with some water. And I'm going to put that in when I add my essential oil. The essential oil is going to be lemon fivefold and let's say cubeba. The other thing I'm adding would be a tablespoon of honey. And I'm going to put this formula on the net so you can see it. This is a 1 pound soap today, and I'm doing it at 38% total liquid. So it's going to be 6.1. This formula calls for 6.1 liquid. And I'm going to use 3.5 lemon juice to mix my lye with, and then 2.5 coconut milk that I'm going to add after the cook. It's going to be super fatted at 8%, and I guess that's it. And I'll bring it back and I'll take you through the stages of the cook, and I'll show you the colors of things that the lye changes it and how it goes through the cook. But it makes an absolutely luscious bar of soap. It's beautiful, and it doesn't affect your lye at all, even though I know people have said it does and they try to recalculate their lye. But in all honesty, it's only like 5% of the apple cider vinegar, 5% acetic acid, and I have never found it to do anything to the soap whatsoever, lower the pH or whatever. Just, it's beautiful. And so I'll see you in a few minutes when I get everything set to start cooking this soap. Thank you for joining me today. Hi, I just wanted to show you adding the lye to the lemon juice and mulberry silk. Also, I just wanted to say, make sure that you wear safety gear, glasses and gloves. Okay, so this is sodium NaOH, sodium hydroxide, and I'm going to add it to the lemon juice that's been mixed with mulberry silk. Make sure you can see that. And this will turn dark orange. You can probably see that there now. Very, very dark orange. Make sure that you stir it up, that all the lye gets dissolved. And don't breathe in the fumes. Stir till it all gets dissolved, but I just wanted to show that. You can see how orange that is. And I'll bring you back when I go to add it to the oils. So we're back, and my oils are at about 179. Crock pot's on warm, and my lye is about 180, 185. This is going to be a real quick cook today. I have 2% hydrogenated soy wax in this. It acts sort of like stearic acid would. It's good for making shaving soaps with as well. this is going to be a fast cook, just so that you know. The crock pot's on warm, and I'm going to add my lye solution to the oils. So that little bit of soy wax will actually make this cook faster as well, or so I've found. And I don't always like cooking on higher temperatures, but the crock pot's on warm, and this is going to be a pretty quick cook, I would say. I think it is. Push that over a bit. You can see it better. Just burping that so I don't get a lot of bubbles in there. Not so important with hot process as it is with cold process. I'm not going to leave that camera on for the entire thing, but you'll see how this thickens up real fast. That's at a real thick trace. You can see that. And I'll bring you back when it starts to cook up, which should be, I'd say, a couple of minutes. Oh, I was just going to say, I'm not sure if you can see that color on there. Yeah, you can see that. Beautiful, just a beautiful light yellow. Considering that lye was so orange. Okay, so I'm bringing you back because that's a little over 3 minutes, and I wanted to show you how that is rising up. That would be what I would call the first volcano. And so you can let that continue to do that. You can stir that down, you can whisk that down. I'm going to stick blend mine, and you want to make sure that you get that so it doesn't go all over the place. And I also noticed that I had this on warm, and I ended up turning it on high, and now it's back down to warm again. So you just want to stir that down. If that's at applesauce stage with a bit of uncooked. Like I said, you don't have to do that. So then you'll have another rise, possibly. Every formula can work different. Your own crock pot, what temperatures you have it in, what temperatures you start at with your lye and oils. Totally up to you how you want to cook it. The only advantage to cooking it on a higher heat is it's done faster. I don't always think it's better by any means. Just from personal experience, it does help. For me, it helps because if I've got a lot to do that day, or if I've got a lot of soaps to make, then this works really well. Today I've just got some, I want to get back to my house cleaning and decluttering. And we do have quite a storm happening here overnight and in through the day. Some high gusting winds, but I was very thankful we didn't get as much snow as they were calling for, so I'm happy with that. So that right now is basically in between. That is almost all potato stage. It's going to go real fast because of that heat. So you can right now just constantly keep an eye on that in case it volcanoes again. But that's looking really good. Hopefully you can see that. So that's basically almost all potato stage. I'm just going to cover this over with a piece of this sealant there. And I'll bring you back. Just wanted to show you this, that we are all potato right now. That's potato stage. Some of it is Vaseline and some of it isn't, but it's all potato. So I'm just going to set it back down there and let it set probably one more minute. My crock pot is on off right now. But I'm leaving it in the electronic part so we can keep the heat in there. And I'll be back. We're back, and I just wanted to show you that that's been 1 minute, and it's very thick Vaseline because I only used 3.5 ounces of lemon juice to mix with my lye because I wanted to save the coconut milk for afterwards. So right now I am going to add my super fat, which is 3% extra. I super fatted up front 5%, and this is an extra 3% of apricot kernel oil. These are things you don't have to do. You can make your soap any way you want it. You can super fat all up front. You can super fat all after the cook. That's totally up to you. These things that I'm adding, I always add them heated. That way it helps that batter to stay more manageable so that you can design with it or put it in the mold easier. So that was 1 tablespoon of sugar, 1 tablespoon of aloe vera juice. I do not deduct that 1 tablespoon of aloe vera juice from the liquid amount. Now when I take temperatures on my soap with the gun, I always mix it around to get that internal batter, because if you don't, that temperature gun will only take temperature on the surface. And that helps you to get a truer reading. So that temperature is still, that's about 205 Fahrenheit. The other thing is this spray, it's a very fine, warm mist spray, and that helps to keep the batter from drying. So I'm going to let that cool down. I'm going to shut the camera off, and I'm going to probably give it 5 minutes and come back and show you the rest of my additives. Hi, we're back, and I'm going to add my plain 2% fat yogurt, which is at room temperature. You can add that cold as well, but I would just encourage you to make sure that you stir that into your batter real well. And wow, is this ever thick? Thick, thick, thick. Okay, the other thing I wanted to say is I do have a pan of hot water on the stove where I keep my things in little glass dishes. Valerie Mosher just did a hot process soap the other day and showed her pan that she keeps her stuff in, which was a really, really good thing to do, I thought. And now I'm going to add 5% sodium lactate, and that's been warmed up. Sodium lactate is awesome for using as a humectant. It's also great for aging skin. And has a benefit of hardening soap, and it can help actually loosen things up. Although this one here is not loosening up too good. So I'm going to take that out of the crock pot now. The other thing, I'm going to add some my 2.5 ounces of coconut milk, and I'm adding that hot. When you add coconut milk or milks, and you still have it in the electronic part of your crock pot, and if the heat is on, you want to be real careful that it doesn't cook that coconut or the milk, whatever milk you're using. I've had coconut cook on me a couple of times, twice, until I learned my lesson about that. But so you want to make sure that you stir that in really well. I'm not sure if I told you I did a zap test on this. Well, I did a zap test on this, and there's no lye left in it. Actually, it smells like lemon a bit. And that color will probably lighten up more, so that's why I'm going to add the orange peel powder to it. I'm just going to cover that back up and get my honey off the stove and add that. Well, actually, I want to check the temperature on that. Okay, so it's under 175. It's 164 Fahrenheit. This is my 1 tablespoon of honey with 1 tablespoon of aloe vera juice. That's added hot. So the next thing I'm going to add is that orange peel powder. And I'm putting these into heart-shaped silicone molds. They're in my Breville toaster oven at 150 Fahrenheit. I find that hot process soap conforms better, and heating the mold really helps. So I have 2 teaspoons of orange peel powder. And I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of water initially, just to see how that works. Now I'm going to need quite a bit more than that. Helps if you get it in the container. That stuff is real thick. And I'm not going to deduct this water either. So you want to make sure you get that powder all stirred up really well. This is just lukewarm water I'm using. So you can see how much orange peel powder that is. And so I could prefer not to have little bits of hunks of that in there. I don't use this very much actually, just in certain soaps, but I'm going to try it today. I think it will be lovely. It does smell like orange too. This isn't heated up, so we'll see how that goes. Looks like it all got mixed up well. I feel like I should be telling you something. There's something I was going to tell you and I forgot, but so you can see the color of that now. It's a nice light yellow, so it's not orange. And I'm going to add my essential oil. So this is going to be what some people like to call an all-natural soap. And like I said, that's got about 0.75 ounces of lemon fivefold, and it has about 0.2 ounces of, let's say, cubeba. That certainly thickened it up. Sometimes they'll do that. Okay, so I'm going to go get my mold, and I'm going to try to fill them up, and I'll let you watch that too. And then we'll say goodbye. And hopefully you can see that, I think. I'm just going to try to fill that up without dishing it out. We'll see how it goes. Spooning it out, I mean. Smells really wonderful. Just filling up a little muffin container over here. Guy. So what I'll do with these, if I wanted to put a design, because I would like to do that. Those are thickening up real fast. I'm not sure how this is going to work, so I'll just use some of that fine mist spray, and I'll do little curlicues on the top of it. Those are hardening up like, wow. And what I'm going to do is I'll show you a lather test on these bars, and then I'm going to probably put them in the fridge or the freezer, probably the fridge, in no hurry, and I'll post pictures of it as well. So thank you for joining me for this lemon juice soap. I appreciate you stopping by, and you have a blessed day, and we'll see you when I do the lather test. Bye-bye. Just wanted to show you the lather from that lemon soap I just made. And it's just really lovely. Creamy. And you'll see that it makes nice big bubbles there to begin with. And then you'll see that the bubbles will get, wow, that is so lovely. It'll become beautiful, dense lather. I just wanted to show you that there. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.